Does anybody see me? Does anybody at all see me? I'm hoping. Am I able to see chat? Like, can I see chat? Oh, this is so complicated. Back in the olden days, Padawan, you didn't have to go through all this nonsense. You would just hit a button on YouTube and go live. Does anybody see me? Does anybody at all see me? All right, can I pause this on here? Oh, can you hear me now? Or do I have to be listening to both of these? I'm hoping. Am I able to see chat? Or can I see chat? Hey, I don't know if you can see me or not. I have no idea what's going on here. Back in the olden days, Padawan, you didn't have to go through all this nonsense. Am I echoing, or do you see me twice? On YouTube and go live. Does anybody see me? No clue. Does anybody at all see me? All right, can I pause this on here? Oh, can you hear me now? Or do I have to be listening to both of these? Do you hear me, like, back to back over top of my feed? Because I can't see the chat. So, for those of you who are new to this, back in the olden days, you would just press a button and go live, but now it wants to connect to OBS. So I'm streaming through OBS, and it's a little bit crazy. So I have no idea what I'm doing, really. I should have looked at this beforehand, but I can't actually see comments, and I can't see comments, so I can't see who wants a rune reading in this screen. So, like, now I have 16 things going on at one time. It's hysterical. For those of you all right, echo. Yes, you hear an echo. Back in the olden days, you would just press. All right. How about now? Is there an echo now? My cat has joined us. Do you hear an echo now? I promise you, ladies, we will figure this out. Put one of them on mute. Thank you, Alicia. I should have reached out to you and Hestia to get pro tips. Oh, good. Hestia's here, but her internet has full moon psychosis. So, all right. So, can you hear me now? No echo. Can you hear me? No echo. But can you hear me? It's good now. Everything is good now. I can get started. All right. Well, welcome to my office. We are here with Dash. Just slightly frustrating. I have told everybody in this house multiple times that I would be doing something at 8 o'clock on Sunday, and that I needed them to be out of the kitchen. And that doesn't happen because it's just so frustrating. Like, when other people need something, want something, whatever, I feel like I'm always the person who's like, make sure the kitchen is empty, make sure everybody, like, let's get out of there, let's let them have their space and do what they need to do. But that's never given back to me. So, it's like 1:15, and I'm like, you need to get out of the kitchen. Well, what are you doing? I don't have time to tell you what I'm doing, because I don't have to tell you. It's my fucking house. So how about this? How about I grab all my shit and run upstairs? But because of that, I didn't have as much time to, like, figure out the camera system. So I apologize for that. But now I'm in my space. We have some sage burning, so that I can clean the runes between readings. I have one of these fancy, this is the purple one, of the, what is that? Sassy calls it the rope incense, or the yarn incense. I have the yarn incense. This one smells good. Doesn't smell like wet butts, like the one we got the other day. And then I have a candle burning. And I did bring my runes upstairs because I put them in my pocket. So I'm going to scroll up through chat to find out who is first on this list. And there were one or two people who put in. I tried to do the dual camera so that you could see the rune, but, like, it was too much with having to move the entire operation up here. So I apologize. Next time I do it, if we think this is a good idea, I'll do that. All right. So let's see. Susan, are you here? Susan Still, are you here? She must be. She told me to take a deep breath. I'm just going to take a second and clear my own energy. I need to smudge myself is what I need to do. Let me go ahead and smudge myself. I know some of you do it in, like, a specific way. I'm a hot mess, so I'm going to do it the hot mess way. All right. And we're going to smudge the stone. So, if you are new, you know that I have a bunch of rocks in here. I have some new ones. So this is Green Man. And this is one from today. I went hiking today. It was really great to get out in nature with Navigator. This is from the Isle of Iona in the Inner Hebrides of Scotland. This is from Iceland. I'm going to have so many more rocks in here then. This is from Iona in the Inner Hebrides of Scotland. I'm going to have more than runes in here. I'm going to need another bag for my other bag of rocks. This is my beautiful Mexican heart from Alicia. I know I'm missing 2 of the rocks that I... This one I got today, I thought it reminded me of a little heart. It looked like a heart from where I was standing. It looks less like a heart here. But it reminded me, like I didn't pick it up right away. But it looked like a heart from where I was standing. But the closer I got, it didn't look like a heart. And I thought, that's a stone that reminds you to have perspective. So that's why he came home. And the other stone actually looks like all the other stones in here. So I don't know that I'm going to find it. I'll know if I pull it. Because it's tiny. And it reminded me of these stones. Oh, here it is. And this little guy. I don't know what he is. I'm not great at rock identification. So now I have a whole bag of rocks in addition to my runes. So, Susan, you are first. I'll ask Spirit for a message for Susan. So if you are new to the channel, runes do not predict the future. At least the way I read them, they don't predict the future. They are for meditation and for prayer, meditation, journaling, reflection. You know, we all have free will, so anything can be changed at any time. It's just something that Spirit's calling to the front of your mind, and that can be through your higher self. That could be through your higher power. And, you know, the message may not resonate with you now, but maybe it'll resonate with you later. But this is the rune that came out for Susan. We have Iwaz. So I use a lot of different tools. The one that I share all the time on the channel, just because it's easy, is a very simple website, and I'll connect it below. Just so that you can have like top words that you can, except that my phone is being ridiculous today. Just so that you can have simple words to go with your rune. And so let me get that up. I would never allow myself to be this wildly unprepared for class, by the way. And my phone is just absolutely being ridiculous. I don't want that. Okay, so I don't use it all the time. So Iwaz is the horse, like I said, and it represents transportation, movement, progress, trust, and change. And so it's similar to the Rado stone, but Rado often means physical travel because that's a wagon wheel. But something in your life is moving. Something is like progressing along, and you have to trust it. That's the sense that I'm getting. Like, you have to trust the movement. You might not really want to trust the movement. You might be afraid to trust the movement. But it's okay. It's okay to be cautious and trusting at the same time. We often think that those are polar opposites, but they're not, right? You know, if you're going to cross a crosswalk, right, and you're going to cross the street and you live in LA, you know, you have to cross the street. You have to make that movement, but you do want to watch both ways. But you can trust that you're going to get across the street, right? You can trust that the process is going to work so long as you pay attention. So maybe there's something in your life, Susan, that really requires you to focus, trust, but move forward and get to where you need to go. I don't know. Does that resonate with you in any way? I have to... Oh. Let's see. Oh. I like reading through your comments. Yes, we hear you echoing. BRG, echo, echo. It's me, echoing through the wilderness. Oh. Yes, Dash, tell them all about it. All right, Alicia, let's all agree we are fine with messy live starts. We are all going to take a class in this. We're going to take a class in this. All right. Oh, I'm so glad, Susan. I'm so glad. All right, who's next? I don't want to read for people just all willy-nilly. I'm just going to call people out. I brought a pad of paper here. I have a little wee pen. So, who else wants a reading? Alicia, do you want a reading? Hestia? I don't see the chat. I don't know. Maybe I'm not even here anymore. I don't even know. I'm lost in cyberspace. Oh, Tango. Yay. Okay, Tango. And Alicia wants one. All right. All right, Tango. Misty. Hi, Misty. I didn't see you. It is, as the other live streamers will tell you, it's nearly impossible to watch the chat while, while you do it. Oh, there's Gypsy. And there's Sassy. I'm writing you on my list because old farts like me still use paper and pen. All right, this is a message for Tango. Let me just throw the energy out. Okay. All right, a message for Tango's highest good. Well, that's interesting. There we go. Tango, are you familiar with Rune Stones at all? I have no idea if you are or not. Ugh. Why does my phone constantly do this? Oh, I should tell you the name of it. This is Ingus. I'm sorry. So, an Ingus, depending on the rune set that you have, sometimes this just looks like a diamond. In the sets that I use, it's the 2X's, but sometimes it's just a diamond. Ingus is a seed, and the words that go with it are goals, growth, change, common sense, and the home or hearth. So, the Imbolc season, which we're all kind of like, get me to Athala, get me to Athala, get me to Astera, I think that's what you call it, Alban Island. Get me to Easter. Get me there. Get me to springtime. I'm tired of winter. I'm sick of winter. I want out of Imbolc season. But we're still in Imbolc season, but Imbolc season is beautiful because we're starting to build in secret the things that are going to come to fruition in the springtime. So, like we have our little seeds planted in our house. We're going to repot those, and then we're going to put them in our garden, right? So something wants to be born, something wants to grow, something wants to be planted. And it's not, when we think about, I know, you tell him, Dash, I don't know if you hear my cat, but like when you think about beautiful flowers, they don't just instantly grow and pop out as beautiful roses, right? There's a seed that has to take time to grow. There are all kinds of conditions that have to be okay for it to actually get to a bloom, for it to grow, right? And in many ways, we can manipulate the conditions around our little seedling, but sometimes we can't. Sometimes there are external forces that impact our seed. And so we just need to be mindful of what those could be and make sure that our little seedling has every opportunity to grow. So there's something that wants to grow from you, Tango, and Spirit is just reminding you to give it the love and the attention, the water, and the nurturing that it needs so that it can come to fruition. And you might have to protect it a little more than other seeds, because you care about the outcome. I don't know if that resonates with you, but that's the message I'm getting. Oh, Midnight says hi to Dash. Ooh. Let me read the comments. All right. Oh, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Make sure I say hi to everybody. Oh, hi, Pat. Pat, by the way, is Nav. Nav can tell you some pretty crazy stories about me and my underpants on the Appalachian Trail. I have to pay her off so she doesn't say things. So that is so helpful where you're at now. Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad. All right. Who do I have on my list next? Alicia. Yeah. Smoke them. Hello, Lisa. All right, Alicia. Alicia, every time I tried to write your name today, my phone would add extra letters. It's driving me nuts. I hate texting. I suck at it. Nav is able to do like the voice thing, but when I do it, it doesn't understand me, and it creates even more chaos. All right, this is a stone for Alicia. Huh, you got the same stone. You got the same Iwa stone. So this is that transportation. I'm going to read you your words so that you have them too, so you can write them down. All right, so Iwaz translates to horse, and it symbolizes transportation, movement, progress, trust, and change. And again, Rado is a very similar stone. Rado often means physical travel. This one can mean physical travel too. They both can, but this one is more of a spiritual change, that you're moving in the right direction. In the sense, and before I got the sense to focus on trust. For you, I'm getting the focus on progress. So you've made the change. You've already started whatever journey that you're on, and Spirit is just trying to remind you that you are making progress even when you don't feel like you are. You might feel like you're stagnant, but you're really not. But the kind of change that this is like slow and steady is going to win the race. It's not going to be a dash to the finish. And I have a sense that it's never going to be ending. So this journey is forever. You know that it's forever. You know that whatever it is that you're moving toward, this path that you're on is a lifetime path. And so you want to make sure, just to make sure that you have your water on you, right? You have your water and your snacks and, your first aid kit and all your stuff. Like when we go hiking, now I'll tell you, like when I take out the group hiking, I make everybody put their information in a Ziploc pocket and a Ziploc bag in their pocket on their person, not in their pack, on their person. Because when you fall in the woods, you could drop your backpack over the side, and then what good is it going to do? We're not going to know a damn thing about you. But I need to know your name and, your allergies and a next of kin and all that stuff. And we don't go on hikes that are that sketchy, but you never know. Things can happen. Today, Nav and I saw coyote prints in this cave where this potential coyote could have been napping. He could have eaten Nav alive. And while I would have watched and maybe throw a stick at him or two and run screaming, he would have got me first, truthfully. But anyway, it's important to have everything you need with you on a long journey. That's the point. You're like, BRG, what the hell's the point? Because when we do long distance hiking, you have to take everything with you, right? Whatever journey you're on, Alicia, you're going to have stamina. You're going to have that stamina, have all the things with you that you're going to need. And you're going to be able to resupply. That's what we say on the trail. You're going to be able to resupply. And you're going to be able to get the things that you need. But know when you need to stop. Know when you need to resupply. Know when you need to refresh. So that, because your whatever this is a long trail. I have no idea if that resonates for you, but that's what came out. Oh. Is that not how you say your name, Alicia? How do you say your name? You have to spell it phonetically for those of us. How do you pronounce it? I don't know. Like, my chat is delayed, so I have no idea. I'm going to have to figure out how to say your name later, because I can't see it. All right, Hestia. I'm probably sure that's not how you're supposed to say Hestia's name. All right, everybody write your name phonetically in the chat so I know how to say it, because I have no clue. Oh, that's exactly how you say it? Okay. I don't know how to type it, though, Alicia. See, that's the thing. Typing. I speak Taiwanese. All right, this is for Hestia. Forgot to smoke it with that one in it. Experience being very funny. The other thing I was thinking of, because it came out twice, is like we're all traveling in September to each other. Like maybe that's what I was talking about, but in neither time did I get that particular sense. But we are traveling to each other. And really when you think about the spiritual journey, for all of us, it's the long game. Right? Like, you don't figure it out tomorrow. You don't figure it out. All right. Hestia, I don't want to tell you this, but you got not this, which I always said is not this, but it actually translates to the word need. You would be my menacing stone. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad stone. It's a stone that has you pause and think about things. So let us give you the words for not this. It represents restriction, conflict, willpower, endurance, and self-reliance. And you've probably heard me talk about this a million times, but there was, like, I don't remember any sermons from my childhood, really, except for one. Father John gave a sermon about this dog, and it was like one of those sleepy old dogs on an old wooden porch, and he was laying, in front of the rocker there, and he was moaning. He's moaning. And somebody comes up and goes, "Why is your dog moaning like that?" And the guy says, "Well, he's laying on a nail." And the guy's like, "Well, why doesn't he get up?" And the guy's like, "Because it doesn't bother him enough." We all have things in our life that are a thorn, a pain in the ass, something in our side. That's what I always think of when Nothis comes up. Not this again, like, for the love of Pete, for FFS, like that, like one of those kinds of things. But it's also, Nothis is also about getting through that. You can get up off this nail. This isn't a permanent nail. You can get up and walk on. You can pull the nail out. I mean, you just have to figure out what it is that's going to happen when that thorn comes out. Are you going to start gushing blood? Is that the thing that's going to happen? Are people going to be eliminated from your life because you pulled the thorn out? And we've all been there, right? We've all been in, Nav and I were talking about this today. There's just some people that have really negative energy in your life, and you're just like, I'm too tired. I don't want to have to deal with that nonsense, really. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to remove them from my life. Or I can sit and complain about it. Like, it's one of the two. So think about something in your life, Hestia, that you just want. It's a pain in the ass, and you need to address it so that you can move on and be your best self. That's the message I'm getting. No idea if these messages are resonating, and I can't see the chat because that requires a different kind of glasses. All right, enjoy your dinner, Susan. Oh, navigator. Oh. All right. Oh, a very specific nail. You let me know. Wait, remember that thing, like, that you get staples out with? You need one of those. I probably have one around here somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? The little claw thing? And really, every time you saw that, you wanted to, like, use it on somebody, but you're only ever allowed to use it on staples. It'd be so much better if you could use it on people. Haha. All right, Gypsy, you are next on my list. All right, Tauruses love a little bit of torture. Dave's a Taurus. All right, I gotta get more incense. I know, Dash, I know. All these lovely women are here for rune readings, and you're here like, what is going on? Why are you in my room? So this is the purple one. This is also from, I don't know, one of these boxes. It is called Sacred Smoke Rope Incense, not to be confused with yarn incense. I can't remember which box this was. I don't know. Nav might know. Oh, wait. Does it say it on the back? Oh, this is from Goddess Provisions. We don't speak of them. But rope incense. Sometimes, I feel like I get so many of these boxes that all runs together. Who am I reading for now? I'm reading for... Who did I just say I was reading for? I read for Susan. I read for Hestia. Gypsy. This is for Gypsy. I had to light incense so I could bless the bag. Alrighty. For Gypsy. You're like trying to get through my hand 4 different ways. You must really want to come out. Ah, Jira. So Jira is all about cycles, right? So Jira and Dagus are very similar. Dagus is that closed figure 8 or the infinity symbol, and that really is a cycle for the day and represents dawn, and Jira is the cycle of the year. So let's get your words so that you have them. Always reminds me of programming. If you're a programmer, is that Licia, your husband, is in your program, or I program too? And in programming, when you start an expression, you use we used to, like in school, call them like the Pac-Man symbols, right? You use a Pac-Man symbol, and what is at the beginning has to be at the other end. Otherwise, you can't close the loop. and the computer program will just keep running because it doesn't know to stop unless you tell it to stop. So, you know, a lot of times when I'm teaching beginning programming, students like, why won't it run? Because you haven't started and stopped a thing. So you have to start and stop. And so I have no idea why I wanted to tell you that, but that might mean something to you. Maybe you've started something and you need to have a hard stop to it to get it to stop, or because part of Jira is completion. It means cycles, completion, changes, harvest, and reaping rewards. And that's a great stone. Like, you're starting to reap the rewards of all the hard work that you're doing. Make sure to close your brackets where they're needed so that you can spend your energy on the good stuff, and you're not like, you don't have these tendrils of energy out there that aren't really bringing you anything to your highest good, but they're kind of out there and loose. Make sure you just, you know, tighten up those and complete those projects so that you can really reap the rewards for the stuff that is resonating, for the stuff that is going really well, and enjoy the things that are going well. We have a tendency not to enjoy things that go well for us. At least I do. Like, I'm like, oh, that I won that award. That's great. Let me hide under a bench now because I don't want my family to think I'm arrogant. Like, that's culture telling us not to be proud of ourselves as women. And that's culture telling us not to be proud of ourselves as working class girls. You know, that's just, it's horse shit. And we need to claim our power, and we need to be successful. So reap your rewards. Gypsy, reap those rewards. Just make sure that you're tidying up things that no longer serve you. I hope that resonates for you. Oh, good. Yay. I always like when it works out. Misty, you are next. Let me make sure I put this back in here. Make sure I smoke these. Alright, a rune for Misty for her highest good. Dash is very, very interested in what we are doing. Oh, wow. Want to come out? Ah, this is Ewaz. Some of the runes all sound like the same name, but they're not, I promise. Ewaz is a great stone. So the words that go with Ewaz are... Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. So, Ewaz is yew tree, symbolizes balance. I know you're so excited. I know. He's really excited. Represents balance, enlightenment, death, and the world tree. So, tarot is nothing like runestones at all. But if there was a death card in runestones, it would be the Ewaz stone. It means, but like in tarot, or tarot, depending on how you say it, it isn't the death of a person, it's a death of a path and a rebirth onto a new path. So something in your life is going away, something in your life is beginning. Spirit is just calling your attention to say that it's okay. It is okay that this thing is going away. It's no longer serving your highest good. Whether it's a spiritual belief or a practice or an actual, like, a job or a friendship or, you know, a hobby or a habit. You know, it's interesting. You know, because my son just had surgery. My son had a stroke in utero. And when my boys are 10 months apart, because Dave and I don't know how to do math and we don't listen to doctors. So when I had Julian, I had to give up playing bagpipes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't raise a disabled son. He had 7 therapies a week. I couldn't do both things, and piping does take up a lot of time with practicing and fiddling with him and all the other things, so I decided to retire. And I put my pipes away, and I never ever thought that I would get them out again. And then it took a pandemic and my kids to grow up a little bit and be in their, you know, early 20s. He's still special needs, but his needs are different now, and I went back to it. So even if something is dying now, you may come back to it. It doesn't mean like you don't have to say goodbye to things forever. You can just say goodbye for now. So if there's something that you just need to let go of for now so that you can make room for something else, Spirit's just letting you know that it's okay. You can. It's fine. So hopefully that helps. Hello, June, mermaid. Adding you to the list. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. Alicia, you need to bring your husband so he can play with my husband. My husband knows nothing about programming, but he also can't hear. So, you know, there's a good There's a, you know. All right, Sassy, you are next. Let me smoke these. My cat is like, why are you keep talking to the machine? He's not downstairs with me to know that I talk to the machine and there are other people on the machine. Nope, I just have, I have Sassy and then Lisa. All right, Sassy, this is for you. Oh, Wunjo, which is joy. Wunjo is a happy one. You can remember it, Sassy, because it's a P for party. It's the party stone. It means joy. And the words that go with it are pleasure, comfort, harmony, prosperity, reward, and success. Even though you might be irritated by a few little things right now, you're feeling very much joy right now. And Spirit's just reminding you, like, own it, love it, accept the joyful things, let it, like, you know, like, enjoy the euphoria is the sense that I'm getting. Like, you know, you're in your element, things are going really well. As we know, because life is a series of cycles, you aren't always going to feel Wunjo. You're not always going to feel that joy. So enjoy the joy. Enjoy the joy while you can. Right. Really love it. It's the party stone. I know. You need to get this like a shirt. It says, I am Wunjo. Hear me roar. All right, Lisa, you are next. All right. Oh, Isis, I didn't see you. Or Isis is June Mermaid, right? I saw that. Right? Is that... Oh, I like the little hearts. Who's sending me hearts? I love those little hearts. I press them for myself, but that seems like you shouldn't do that. It's against the rules. All right, this is for Lisa. Oh, Lisa, you get the Dagger Stone, the Dawn Stone. So this is like Jira in that it cycles, but this is like a daily cycle. And if you look at this infinity symbol, which is very similar to the infinity symbol, everything is equal parts. So it's yin and yang, male and female. Everything has its equal and opposite, other, right? So sunrise, sunset, night, day, you know, and they are equal, man, woman. And if you think about it, you think about where it crosses in the middle, right? It's equal on both sides, but it always goes back to center. And center is where it's connected. So whenever I see the stone, it's like it's a beautiful stone. It's like you're on the dawn of a new day. It's a new beginning. There's going to be a cycle. Let me read the words so that you have those. Awakening, certainty, illumination, completion, and hope. Right? And you're always going back to center. And it reminds me of, if you've heard me talk about the spider's web, like spiders don't like build a web by just going in a big ass circle and like spitting crap out of their butts. Like they create a section, they go back to the center. They create a section, they go back to the center. So that if one section gets damaged, it hasn't ruined the whole web. They just have to go back and fix that one section. And I think about that with the Dagger Stone. Like we have to, if you're feeling uncentered, if you're feeling that things aren't in equal proportion, go back to center and then rebuild that little part of your web. But I get the sense that right now, like you're in a dawn, it's a new day for you, new friends, new hobbies, new interests, things are new. And just, again, like with the Wunjo Stone, like celebrate that success, like celebrate that awesomeness that comes with seeing a brand new day and that awakening. Often, you know, I probably slept through most of college. Don't tell anybody, or they'll take away my card, my professor card. And I would miss sunrises all the time. And it took me to be older because I love sunsets. It took me until I was older to really appreciate a sunrise. And when I was thinking about that the other day when I was in the hospital with Julian, because the sunrise, Bella got an amazing 360 of the view from my son's room. That sunrise was spectacular. And I mean, I was up because they wake you up every 2 hours at the hospital, but I'm so glad that I didn't miss it. Like, we often miss dawn, right? Especially if you're a sleeper like I am. I often miss dawn, except when I'm on trail because I don't ever sleep. And because, every bear wants to eat me. But just a reminder from Spirit to come back to center and to love what's going on around you in your dawn. I don't know if that... oh, look at it. Look at the hearts. Oh, there's little party hats coming. Oh, yeah, the day... Oh, Pat, you're next on my list. Navigator. I hope that resonated with you. Did Bella come through? Is Bella here? I didn't see Bella. I'm going to read for her anyway, even if she's not here. She's getting one anyway. But Pat, you're next. Nav. Now, I will say that sometimes it's hard when you read for somebody that you know and had went walking with, just because you kind of know what's going on in their life. So I'm going to try not to let that color, whatever comes through. I don't know that I smoked these. Let me smoke them. You do want to come out. Ah, Arcana, birth. So something new is being birthed in you. I know what I think that means. I think you know what I think that means, but let me read the words. My phone is just nonsensical. I know. You tell him, Dash. Yes, you tell him. Yes, that is the rule. Berkana represents a birch tree. It symbolizes femininity, fertility, healing, regeneration, and birth. So in this particular situation, something new is going to be created. And you know that no matter how it works out, Nav, something new is coming. You know that because it has to, right? There's not, I always laugh when I was pregnant, I didn't want to be pregnant anymore because I felt like a big fat cow. And I'm in labor, and I'm like, I don't want to be pregnant. And the nurse is like, well, you're going to have this baby one way or the other. The baby has to come out. Something new is coming because it has to, right? And so just, prepare for that new birth. What do you need to do to prepare for whatever possibilities are going to be birthed, because something has to be birthed? What do you need to have happen, and don't settle for any less than that. That's the sign from Spirit. And that could relate to your home life, your work life, your romantic life. I'm going to give her looks because she knows my looks. All right. June Mermaid, the lovely Isis. You are next. I missed you, Bella. I didn't see you. Bella. You're going to be after Isis. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Isis, this is for you. You got stuck in the fold, so you know. Tiwaz, which is the god Tyr, which is leadership. That's right, Dash. This is a stone of a leader. Somebody who, I like it because it's directional. Sometimes the runes are real easy, and that's an easy one for me. It just reminds me that people follow what we do, good or bad, right? So funny, I opened up my thing and it came right to Tiwaz. Tiwaz represents the god Tyr. It represents masculinity, justice, leadership, logic, and battle. And so it's just a reminder from Spirit to, especially in this community, I think we do rely a lot on our heart and our intuition, and those are always very cool and passionate things. But we do have to pay bills. We do have to, take care of ourselves medically. We have to feed the cat. We have to do the things that we have to do, and that takes logic and leadership and clear thinking. One of Nav, I'm going to totally call it Nav. One of Nav's greatest gifts is her ability to use a spreadsheet. I have a feeling Hestia is the same way, perhaps Alicia. And so when we go on our retreats or we go camping or whatever, she brings out a spreadsheet. It's fantastic. I love spreadsheets, but I can't create them. I can use them once they're built for me, but I can't be the one to create it because the way my mind organizes information, makes sense only to me. And when I try to share that out, it doesn't make any sense to anybody else. But if you give me one that's already created, I can use it because I'm very trainable, like a dragon. So this stone is a reminder that you're a leader, that you are the spreadsheet maker, and that in your life, like, you know what requires justice, logic, you know what needs to be taken care of in that way, as opposed to the things that get taken care of by the heart. So Spirit's just reminding you to think about those things. All right, that's good. All right, and last but not least, my son's girlfriend, Bella. So for those of you who don't know, Bella came to visit us in the hospital in New York City, and my son thought she was cute. He's not having some good days. Yesterday and today have been very rough, and enough to break your heart, because he's just in pain, and he's sad, and he's not his joyful self, and there's nothing I can do, and like, that is the worst place to be as a mother, when you can't make it better. Anyway, let me smoke these again, just because I think I put my sad energy into your stone. I don't want to do that. I just remember that it's like one of those things, like, even though it sucks, like, he needed it done, because the alternative would have been so much worse. Alright, now we're better. One for the lovely Bella. Ah, Lagoose. This is so funny, since we were on a river together, literally. It means go with the flow. That's hard. Going with the flow. It sounds so easy, right? Going with the flow, that sounds so easy. But sometimes we don't get to control the river, and that makes it very frustrating. So Lagos translates to water, and it symbolizes intuition, emotions, flow, renewal, dreams, hopes, and fears. And what I'm always called to with this is that I love to kayak. I love to be in water. I love to hike near water. But water changes constantly. And one of the things I love to watch are waterfalls, because I always think to myself, like, if you ever watch a waterfall, not in a river, but like a waterfall, well, I guess most of them are in rivers or creeks or whatever, but this is how you know I know nothing about National Geographic, but not all of them are fast water. Some of them are slow water. So, it's real slow, and all of a sudden, and then the water goes, and it's like chaos, and then it evens out again. And I always think that's such an analogy for life, right? Things are going on, everything's going fine, and all of a sudden, bam! And you're like, holy shit, what's going on? And then you're like, you're trying to catch breath, and then all of a sudden things chill out again. And you're like, oh, okay, right? I don't get that sense that that's what's going on for you, but what it reminds me of is that life is a flow, and Nav and we're on a trail today that we've done many, many times together. We've tried to do like fast records. We've done photograph records. We saw ice penises once with some other friends of ours. It was fantastic. But the trail is ever changing, and a storm had come through, and there were trees down everywhere, and like they had gone through and started working with them to cut them out of the trail. But there were places where we had to actually walk over stuff. And, the trail is forever, ever changing, and you have to decide what to do when you get there, right? Are you going to go over it? Are you going to go around it? Are you going to go under it? What is the safest way? Sometimes when we're dealing with people, we have to be a little bit more flexible, because they're, frustrating as all get out, and you have to kind of like work around that energy, but you have to work around it. So it's just a reminder to Spirit to be flexible, to get where you need to go. You need to get around the obstacles and do what you have to do within reason to get around them. And you will be less frustrated if you're more flowing. And that is the sense that I'm getting. Did I get everybody that's here? Niagara. That's me. Constantly going over a bucket. Oh. The cat is like, what is going on? Oh, the reenactments. Oh, I don't know. It's so hot in this room. I had a sweater on, but I'm like, it's like this room is 4,000 degrees in here. I haven't been, this is my office, but I haven't been in it because we've been using it for the cat. So like that's a really good like example of like practicing my own preaching. Because, like, I've been wanting to come up to the office because these people irritate the shit out of me because they just don't ever give me space. But honestly, like, I need to be in my space, and I created my office to be my space. So, yes, the cat has to be in it because he doesn't like the other cats. But, you know, he's just meows at me. That's like, I mean, and he's great. So, like, why am I not up here? I need a fan, though. If we're going to stay up here, we're going to have to get a fan. All right, does anybody else want a rune pull that didn't get, Misty, did you get one? I got you, yes. Anybody not get one? I'm going to pull one for myself to close out the evening. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I love it. Sounds right with work. People, like, I'm blown away with our family medical leave stuff. All right, the one for me, I don't know. If we get 3 M's, do we get, like, the jackpot? Like Huddy was too, which is progress. Which I think is a reminder from Spirit that even though it's been frustrating these past 2 days, because I just feel so helpless and not being able to help Julian, he is making progress. He's eating a little bit more today than he was yesterday. It's just hard not to see your very sunny child not be sunny. You know, he's a very sunny kid, and he's not being sunny, but he has every right not to be sunny. He has a giant scar from his neck to his butt. Like, he has every right not to be sunny. And I need to just remember that it's progress. We're making progress, and it's not going to be overnight. And as much as I would like to wave my magic wand and heal him instantly, that isn't the way this works. So, all right, well, thank you so much for joining me. I am wishing you all the very best in light and love. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have a magical week, and I will catch all of your cool videos and unboxings. Hopefully magical mail has started to arrive to some of you. So I hope that you like the goodies that are in there, and I am wishing you all the best. Be well, everybody. Oh, I'm going to wait for chats. Ooh, look at the little hearts. You guys all sent me little hearts. Can I send myself a heart? I was able to send my own self a heart. Yeah, I know, Alicia, that's the thing, is that, like, I can't take it away from him. And sometimes, like, this week, my other son, like, he was going to win a national record for having his learner's permit. Like, he was going to hold a world record for having the longest held learner's permit for driving. He's 22 now. He's had it forever. And he lost it. And he was very careless with it when he had it. So he went back to get a copy of it, and because it had been 3 years, they made him get a new physical. They made him take the test again, the written test. And he was all pissed off. And I'm like, no, I don't actually feel sorry for you, because you did that. Your lackadaisical attitude, you know, so in that sense, I'm willing to, like, let them learn their lesson that they need to learn. You know, and he wanted, like, Dave to change his plan so that he could take him down to the DMV, and Dave's like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, you did this. You know, but if he were, you know, with Julian, you know, Julian's medical stuff, but Julian has done some things in his time too, where it's been like, no, you know, you didn't do your homework, and now you can't go to the thing, and, you know, the teacher won't let you go to the pep rally, and, well, you should have done your homework, shouldn't you have? After I asked you twice if you had homework to do. You know, that's back in the day. But, I mean, some lessons kids need to learn, and then other things are just, you know, this isn't a lesson, but it is part of life, and oh my gosh. Well, I love you guys. Have a great night. Be well. All the best in light and love. Take care. Bye-bye. I don't know how to turn it off. We have to stay here together, everybody, because I have no idea what to do next. Alicia, what do I press? What do I press over here? Maybe on here? Oh, here. No, I have no freaking clue what I press next. Oh, wait, maybe this one. End broadcast. Stop streaming. End broadcast. We'll do that. We'll see if that works.